total blackout.
The old red film there with the nod to Bill Cooper. They called this guy Bill Cooper, the Freemason who went good. Or did he? Was he just shill? We don't know. We don't know. Was he talking about the Zionists? Well, I don't know. Anyway, so total blackout. There you go, in the film Red. So, Mayfair made a really good comment here, saying that even lawn mowers, anything petrol or diesel will be gone. Everything will be battery. Now, that's an interesting point, because we're seeing it happen. And it's all about control, right? The Zionists, their New World Order, NWO, Second Bolshevik Revolution is all about the C's. The communism, collectivism, control. They're a bunch of Khazar control freaks, right? They want all the control. They want to take away your individuality and your individual control. Okay, there's lots of examples of that. Now, what he's saying here is that everything will be battery, or everything will be from the power stations, which they control, right? So you're no longer driving your own car. You're in a Johnny cab, right? A driverless car, and they're trying hard to put that in, and they will. You will not be able to drive your own car, put petrol or diesel in your own car. You'll just have at best, shared thing. They're doing a lot of shared stuff, aren't they, as well? Shared cars are all around as well. That might not even be there. Just their control, driverless cars. Okay, that's one thing. We're seeing right now that they're getting rid of the diesel cars. The latest MOT change. And speaking of which, the latest Windows update, you might have seen that, lasted about an hour. April update of Windows. Certain websites don't work anymore since then. Certain things you can't find anymore. Oh, God knows what else. Yeah. Anyway, I'll give you another example of control being... They're a bunch of control freaks, right? Video games. Let's have a look at those as an example. Up to the mid-1990s in the UK, every newsagent and video store had literally a mini arcade in it, right? And then all of a sudden, in about 1995-ish, or even before, suddenly they all disappeared. I mean, thousands upon thousands of arcade cabinets with games that, 20p, 30p games, affordable games, suddenly disappeared from the high streets. Just gone, all of them, gone overnight. Now, I've always had the thought that it's all about the government wasn't seeing any money. This money was going in these slots here, these coins, and it was not accounted for at all, and the government hates that. So what they did is they just got rid of the arcade cabinets. And of course, then you see this push for their complete control of the video game industry online. And then you see all the games now being sold, well, most of them being sold as ether, right? No physical copies, Steam and stuff like that. I'm not saying that Steam is such a bad thing, but it's bad in terms of you don't own the medium. You can't resell the game. You don't have a physical asset in your hand. It's just ether, and you're not allowed to resell the ether either. It's control taken away from you. This is just examples of control. That Ready Player One movie, I haven't quite seen it yet, but you can see the future is a nightmare, and people are turning to a virtual reality game because it's all stack and pack, trailer park nightmares, and their reality's so bad that they're going to a virtual reality game to escape their reality. Again, this is mockery. This is showing you the controlled future. There's a hardcore artist, music artist in Italy, I think called Amnesis, And he came out with a track called Controlled Future. Yeah. Yeah. We're heading straight into a controlled future, and it's a bloody nightmare. Technology is being used against you. Control will be taken from you in a Fabianist way, bit by bit, incrementally. I truly believe that my generation, you and me, and our parents' generation are the only generations that have, in the history of mankind, have lived in a brief blip where things weren't so bad. Before that, you had life expectancies of 24 years old, ranging up to 47, depending on how many years you go back. You know? You had disease, you had conditions, living conditions, poverty like we haven't experienced, workhouses, and then through to... But eventually, by the 50s, till almost now, till about, 2005, things weren't so bad. But this feudal world run by the Khazars right now, it's gonna go back there, it's gonna go back to those workhouses, it's gonna go back to a real nightmare controlled future. Watch the film Cloud Atlas, yeah? Somni 451, which means perfect sleepwalker, somnambulant. Yeah, and she gets killed with a cattle prod because she is Goyim cattle. Complete slave. She wakes up and gets killed for it. Yeah, the future's looking bleak, I'm telling you. The next generation after that, unless the public wake up and say, hey, stop this nonsense. Revolution. The revolution is their revolution, the Khazars, the Zionist Freemasons revolution. It's not your revolution, unless you make it one.